So, if you've ever had to hire someone for tree work, you've seen that phrase, right? Licensed and insured. We all see it and we think, okay, we know what that means. But what if I told you that word licensed probably doesn't mean what you think it means at all? Today, we are going to decode that single word so you can make a much smarter and safer choice. Just imagine, a flyer shows up in your mailbox from some local tree company, and right there at the top, in big, bold letters, it says licensed and insured. And it feels professional, right? It sounds really reassuring, like these guys have jumped through all the right hoops and they're officially qualified to do the work. But this is the question most of us just never think to ask. We see the word licensed and our brain just fills in the blanks. We assume it means they're experts, that some official group tested their skills, but in most cases, it means something completely different. Okay, let's pull back the curtain on this. The reality of what that license actually represents is, well, it's a lot less impressive than it sounds. In fact, it has way more in common with your local hot dog cart than you might think. So here's the deal. That license they're advertising is almost always just a basic business license. Some places call it an occupational license. All it is a piece of paper that says the company is registered with the city or the county and they can legally operate. It's basically a tax and registration document, and that's it. And this is where it really clicks. A hot dog cart needs that exact same kind of business license to operate. But does that license mean they make an amazing hot dog? No, of course not. Well, it's the same thing for a tree company. A business license says absolutely nothing about their ability to safely handle that giant tree leaning over your house. It just means they've paid their fee to the city. Now, you might be thinking, okay, maybe that's just an issue where I live. But nope. This is pretty much the standard practice across most of the United States. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture here. And this is the most important thing to understand. In most of the country, there is no state-level license required to do professional tree care. Only a small handful of states have any kind of specific licensing program that requires exams or proof of skill. That means, in most places, literally anyone with a chainsaw and a truck can call themselves a tree service and slap the word licensed on their flyers. And this isn't some obscure secret I'm letting you in on. Just look at Florida, a state that's obviously full of trees. The Florida chapter of the International Society of Arboriculture puts it right out there. Arborists are not licensed there. That license they have is just the same basic business registration we've been talking about. And this is not the exception. For most of the US, it's the rule. Okay, so if license is basically just a marketing term that doesn't mean much, what should you be looking for? Well, the good news is there are real, verifiable credentials out there that actually prove someone knows what they're doing. So let's talk about what those are. This right here is the standard, an ISA certified arborist. ISA stands for the International Society of Arboriculture. And to get this credential, a professional has to pass an exam on everything from tree biology to safety and risk. Plus, they have to keep up with their education every year and follow a strict code of ethics. This isn't just about paying a fee. It's about proving you know your stuff. And when you put them side by side like this, the difference couldn't be more obvious. The term licensed, it requires no exam, it's not verifiable as a measure of skill, and it proves exactly nothing about expertise. But an ISA certification, it checks all three boxes. It's a real, earned credential that actually means something. And the profession doesn't even stop there. There are even higher, more advanced credentials. Things like the board-certified master arborist. That's a title that fewer than 2% of all certified arborists ever achieve. And there are specializations too, like the tree risk assessment qualification, for experts who focus just on evaluating tree safety. See, these are the terms that really matter. All right, so we've hopefully gone from a little bit of confusion to a lot of clarity. So now let's turn all this knowledge into action. Here is exactly how you can hire a tree care professional with total confidence. It all comes down to one simple question and a very quick follow-up. First, just ask any company you're thinking about hiring, are you or is someone on your crew an ISA certified arborist? And then, and this is the most important part, no matter what they say, take 30 seconds and go verify it yourself. This is the website you need to remember, treesaregood.org. The ISA runs a public database there where you can look up any arborist by their name and instantly confirm that their certification is real and that it's up to date. It's fast, it's free, and honestly, it's your best protection against hiring an unqualified company. So let's end with this key takeaway. A business registration, that so-called license, all it tells you is that a company exists on paper. A certification, on the other hand, tells you that someone on that crew actually knows what they're doing. The company that sent you that mailer is counting on you not knowing the difference. But now you do. You can verify any ISA credential yourself at treesaregood.org. TreeCheckUp focuses on helping people see the full picture before decisions are made, not after. Thanks for listening.